Hey dear artists, today's video is a massive art haul video. I'm going to show you the things I bought from Singapore, presents from Temu, and just one item that was gifted to me. Everything else I bought with my own money. Alright, so if you're a watercolor supply addict like me, you might enjoy this video a little bit too much. Just want to put a disclaimer that this video is not intended to make you want to buy more stuff, but I just want to share with you my honest sort of like feelings about all the supplies that I enjoy and I love, that help me be creative, that help me grow, and just really bring lots of joy to my life. So make sure you use your art supplies. The only time you waste them is if you buy and it just sits there. Alright, so with that said, please enjoy this art haul video. This is going to be one serious art haul video. I try to put everything that I have gotten in maybe the last month into one shot here. We have paper, sketchbooks, color pencils, paintbrush, palettes, cups, and even a little sort of like content creating tool that I'll just put in here, you know, in case you're interested in making content. So this is a combination of a trip to Singapore and a trip to my favorite art shop, Overjoyed. It's also some from Temu, and I actually have some which is a gift from my sister as a birthday present. So let's go through them one by one and I'll show you all the goodies that I have gotten from this recent big art haul. Alright, let's do paper first. I have 3 sketchbooks here that are from Temu, and I actually haven't even opened the plastic yet, so I'll get to unwrap them and have a look. These are Fabriano paper that my sister got me for my birthday that's just passed. I told her, if you want to buy me anything, buy me art supplies, so she knows what she's talking about. This is 50% cotton and actually already given it a little whirl. And this one is 25% cotton, so let's check that out. And then right here we have the Medan watercolor paper, ginormous pads. Let's get started straight away with these sketchbooks. So if you've been following me on my channel for a while, you might have seen me use a couple of other Temu sketchbooks. Some I've done tours of, and you can check it out. I'll put the links in one of my my Temu sketchbook tours below here. But I just needed some really kind of like low pressure sketchbooks. So I have 2 that I've already tried out. This one is more of a portrait mode one. This is not cotton paper by any chance. Anyway, it's I think less than $10, and I really like these because the binding is great. It opens flat. It's really no pressure, and I enjoy painting in these. These ones I also got are more of a square, and I would say the paper quality is probably very similar, maybe a little bit thinner, and because it's square, it opens up to more of a landscape format like this, so it just challenges me to paint in a longer spread. So I've actually already completed 2 of these, and so I thought, all right, I'm finishing up and I want more to try, more low pressure sketchbooks, so that's why I got these. Alright, so let's talk about what these are. This is basically, again, 300 GSM, and it is probably a combination of the 2 that I've looked at previously. Basically, this is a hardcover, and it opens nice, I think nice, quite flat, yeah. And it's got a little bit more pages, so I am looking forward to using this as my next simple low pressure sketchbook with all these pages. How much does this cost? It is from Temu and it's 18 Australian dollars, so not super duper cheap, but at the same time I think it's pretty good quality for this amount of pages. How many pages are we looking at here? It doesn't say. Does it say 30 pages? Double-sided texture, medium coarse, wet on wet, reworkable. So yeah, so this is the first Temu sketchbook. I'll put the link in the description below. I'm not a Temu affiliate in any way, so I'm not getting any commission. Just to let you know what I am purchasing. All right, so this one is, these 2 are actually accordion sketchbooks. So I've never owned an accordion sketchbook before. Been pretty intimidated with using them, to be honest, because I'm like, how am I going to paint things that link? But I thought if I wanted to try an accordion sketchbook, I might as well get one from Temu that is cheap and low pressure. So this one is obviously many much more pages than this one here. And this one costs 25 Australian dollars. So the Australian to US exchange rate is about 1.4. So this would maybe be about less than 20 US dollars. And yeah, I can't wait to use it. It's many surfaces, and it'll be a real fun thing to link up the different paintings that I do. And yeah, I can't wait to try this out. All right, the next one is also an accordion sketchbook. And this one is only, let's see, 8 Australian dollars. So because it is much cheaper, obviously it's gonna have less pages, and I'm having trouble removing that. Okay, so let's see. This one is more of a sort of like, I guess if you have a project in mind that you want to be specific about and you don't need too many pages, it's just like this. How many panels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 surfaces, back and front, $8. I hope to use this in a nice way. I just really wanted to try. So those are my Temu sketchbooks. Okay, finally on the paper side of things, these are my latest Medan watercolor paper haul. I didn't get these with the other things on all of this video I got with my own money, except for this one. I just need to make a disclaimer. I am an affiliate of Medan because they're just so generous and kind to, send me paper to use, and in return, I tell people about them because it's really good affordable paper. So you can see that this is actually the 10 by 7. And I really wanted to paint on larger paper just to have more freedom and more fun. So they sent me 15 by 11 is something I've also used before, but the ones that I haven't really actually tried is 16 by 12. As you can see, I actually have not gone into this yet. And then this one, 20 by 15, which I actually really already painted one painting that I'm really proud of. I really like this painting that I did a couple of weeks ago. So in terms of pricing, they are very good price for 100% cotton. And hang on, let me see what the price is. Okay, so this biggest one here is $55.95 Australian dollars, which I don't know if you do the exchange rate, it's probably about 40 US dollars for 20 sheets. And this one here is $42.95 Australian dollars. And you can go and check out the prices on the website. I will link it in the description below. I have a 15% discount code, Crystal15, if you want to grab and buy this watercolor paper. If you order over a certain amount, you also get free shipping. So it's a really good place to just start to hoard your favorite paper. I love Medan, so it's in here. I'm gonna really start using the bigger ones. I can't wait. Okay, the next thing I wanna talk about is paint. So in my haul, I have bought a couple of Mijello Mission Gold watercolor paint. And I actually already have a couple of this in my storage that I use sometimes, but I really wanted to try more because I realized that at Overjoyed in Singapore, the prices are really good. Like each tube is no more, it's about $5 to $8 Singapore dollars. Okay, and Singapore dollars is similar to Australian dollars. It's just a little bit stronger. So the conversion to US is probably about 1.3. So basically, this $5 tube is probably about just $4 US. It's a really good price for professional level paint. This is a Korean brand, and Korean, they have just the most amazing technology in terms of like art, supplies, super vibrant. And I actually had a chance to swatch it out when I was still in Singapore. So just to give you a little glimpse at the colors I got: lemon yellow, autumn orange, which is my latest favorite orange. Look at it. It is very burnt. It's not so, I guess, chalky as the other oranges I have. Permanent Rose, which is a color I use a lot, and I have many different brands, so it's always good to collect Perm Rose. Bright Opera, which I have never tried, and I've heard people say that is really good opera, so I got a tube. I've got Autumn Red, Horizon Blue, and of course Sap Green, because I always use lots of Sap Green and wanted to try it. So that's my Mission Gold Mijello paints. Overjoyed do ship to other countries, so do check out their website below, and you can check out the conversion, the shipping, and see how you go, because these are quite light and not very heavy to ship, so it might be worth it for you where you are. If not, I have found like these Mijello sets on Amazon, which is actually a really good price. Like the 24 set is only $84, which makes it, you know, about $4 a tube as well. So I'll put all those in the link below. Mijello Mission Gold, a very good reputable brand, and I can't wait to add these into my palettes. Okay, so the next bunch of paint I got is Holbein. So check it out, these giant tubes that I found at Overjoyed. This 60ml indigo is 12 Singapore dollars. Like, how insane is that? It's 4 times the amount of this 15ml. And I wanted to buy these big tubes because I actually use this for my workshops when I supply paint to my students. And so I go through quite a lot. And so I have this big tube for a couple of colors that Holbein provides. So this is from a separate art haul. I've got sepia, burnt umber, sap green, all from Overjoyed for about $12 each. And then these colors, they don't have it in the giant tubes, but I need. So Opera, Quinn Scarlet, which someone told me to try out because they say I would love it, and I do. It's very corally. Scarlet Lake, Quinn Magenta, which I actually don't use in my palette. I don't know why, because I guess I have Permanent Rose. It's quite similar, but this one leans a little bit more purple, and it's a very, I guess, popular color to mix lots of colors, magenta. I have Gamboge Nova, which I use a lot, and then this Cobalt Violet Light that a student in the workshop that I taught in Overjoyed with Jillian told me that they use this purple. It's a favorite purple of theirs, and I have tried it out, and I think I quite like this one. It's not as intense, it's not as mauvey, it's actually really light and pretty for florals. So that is my Holbein little haul. My last paint haul is PwC Shinhan. And I really like this brand. It's also Korean. I got 2 Permanent Rose, a Cobalt Blue, and a Permanent Violet, colors that I use. It's really just to like stock up and have them handy because I go through these colors a lot. Okay, so now color pencils. I got these Holbein color pencils because, again, Jillian, who is an influencer to me, she uses these Holbein color pencils for her color pencil work. They are not watercolor pencils, so you can actually, it doesn't dissolve in water. You can actually use them and then put water over and it'll still stay. So the colors I got are, you know, my classic favorite colors. Lots of pinks. I've got a dark purple and black. I got 2 yellows. I got a green, and I have a blue, and it was all like, I had 5 minutes to pick these colors because the shop was going to close. So yeah, Holbein, these were like $2 each, 2 Singapore dollars each, and also at Overjoyed if you want to check it out. I've tried these out already. So this is a painting that I put a little bit of color pencil marks here and there. If you're interested, this is actually a Patreon kind of like live class that we did last month. And yeah, wildflowers, it was about letting go. Anyway, so I do have some color pencil marks here. These are color pencils from the Holbein. So yeah, I kind of like them. I mean, you know, they're much cheaper than say Caran d'Ache, even Prismacolors. So I'm all for affordable, fun art supply. Okay, I got 1 brush in my trip to Overjoyed, and it's this long round, size 6. Also, again, influenced by Jillian. Bad Jillian. She says this is really good because it's got a super pointy edge, and I did try it at the workshop, and I fell in love, and I got it. Okay, so it's like, I don't know, it's $15. not the cheapest brush for a tiny brush like this, but it's mine and I'll definitely be using quite a lot. Yeah, Princeton Velvet Touch, size 6, long round. Okay, so now we are going to, I'm going to show you the palettes that I got. So firstly, this one is actually from Temu. It's a Stay Wet palette that a few gouache artists have recommended. And do you know Sarah Burns Studio? Sarah Burns recommended this as a travel gouache palette, and I was looking for a gouache palette. So it's Stay Wet because not only it closes like this, but it has this, you know, what do you call this? Lost for words, not suction. Can't remember the word. Let me know in the comments if you know the word for this. Lid, okay, yeah, lid. There's a lid that helps it stay wet longer. So I have all my gouache in this. You know, I have a bunch of gouache. They're mostly Holbein, which I got from Overjoyed mostly. And I just don't use my gouache so much because I don't like to take it out and put it in a plate and use it and then it gets dried and, you know, all that. So I'm very used to the whole watercolor way of just keeping things in the palette, spraying things down. So I look forward to trying out this Stay Wet palette. This is from Temu and I got it for $8.94 Australian dollars. So less than 10. Cheap, cheap. This is a Faber-Castell little travel pot thing. Yeah, I like the color. I like that it's green and not white. I know white makes sense, but white gets dirty. And again, influenced by Jillian because she had the blue one when we met and we painted with. And so I found this at Overjoyed for $5. You know what? Overjoyed actually even had the like $1 ones, or $1.50 like China knockoffs, but I still got the $5 one because it's so cute. And what's good about this is very stable, right? It doesn't like, it won't knock, and it's got this little like groove thing where you can just rest your paintbrush on. Very cute. I've already used it while I was in Singapore, when I went to Indonesia, and I love it. Okay. And then the final palette-y thing I got is this acrylic magnetic palette, also like for $5 or $6 from Overjoyed, and also again influenced by Jillian. To be honest, I have the bamboo one also that I bought from Overjoyed a couple of months ago. I haven't used it, but somebody told me, well, Jillian told me, I think, that the transparent one is better for seeing your colors. So I got this one as well. And I'm just going to fill it up with my favorite colors. And this will be my travel paint set because I have been traveling with my Paul Rubens paint set. Pretty heavy. You look in the comparison, I really don't need all these colors and all this paint. I can't even open it. I mean, of course, this is smaller than my regular at-home palette for sure. But I think I want like a little even smaller one. Okay. Finally, in case you're interested, I got this at the airport on the way back, Singapore airport, because sometimes, you know, you just have time to browse through all the shops. And these things, like, I just never have time to look into or really research thoroughly about. So 45 Singapore dollars, it is actually a magnetic selfie stick. So I needed one that could actually tilt in these different directions because I have this $20 one that I got from Japan, and it has a, how do you say, it tilts in a fixed way. And sometimes I just need it to be slightly up or down, and it just doesn't do that. Although I like this one for its size and its portability. This one is just a really cool. The brand is Mesa. And I even have another one. This is bad. You know, when you create content, you tend to accumulate all the different stands. Like, see, I have this one here. But the problem with this one is once you clip it in, this is just really, you gotta like undo this to tilt the back and front. So it just feels like there's more friction. There's just definitely way more friction in terms of getting this in that perfect angle, you know. And now with this, with its magneticness, and the ability to just go back and forth, like I'll never need it to go left and right. I just always need it to be straight, right? So there we go. That is basically the last bit of my little shopping madness in Singapore. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Just hit the subscribe button there. I have a mailing list that you might want to join because I do give away a little PDF I called 9 Secrets to Loose Florals. And also check out my Patreon if you want to go deep and learn a little bit more from me. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.